What's going on, guys? Seriously, strap in for a second here just because what just happened with this new Marvel movie? It's like absolutely insane. Oh man, I'm still honestly trying to wrap my head around it. Did you guys even hear about this one? Yeah, the one everyone's been kind of whispering about? Well, trust me, it's not what any of us expected at all. It really makes you think, right? Did the Marvel Cinematic Universe actually pull off its biggest risk? Forget the traditional superheroes we all grew up with. The MCU just introduced a team whose members have been living in darkness for years, basically former villains and broken individuals. And get this, they might just be the future of the MCU. And like, you won't believe it, but when I first heard about it, I was literally blown away. So imagine a team with characters like, Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier with his high-tech cybernetic arm, or Yelena Belova, who inherited the whole Black Widow mantle. You've got the loud, glory-seeking Red Guardian, right? Plus, the complex US agent, John Walker, who's really grappling with his past as Captain America. Then there's the phasing ghost, Ava Starr, whose powers are tied to a painful physical state, and the mimic Taskmaster, Antonia Dreykov, with her crazy ability to copy any fighting style. Sounds like a totally dangerous lineup, right? Well, it is. But here's the biggest twist. This movie doesn't just assemble a team, no way. It might just be revealing the next era for Earth's most powerful heroes. Oh man, honestly, my eyes just about popped out of my head. Dude, you seriously don't want to miss this. So stick around to find out how this ragtag group of misfits became the talk of the town overnight, and what their shocking debut actually means for Avengers, Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like seriously folks, you gotta know this. So the story starts with CIA Director Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. Remember her? The one who started recruiting these characters in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier and the Black Widow series, often in like super shady circumstances. She was building her own kind of network, right? Well, Val basically wanted to put together a team that could do her dirty work. I mean, people who were disposable, who wouldn't draw attention. And get this, especially when her own actions and that secretive Project Sentry were facing increased government scrutiny and the threat of impeachment charges. Yeah, classic Val. And she assembled exactly those kinds of people. Take Yelena Belova, for example. She's carrying the Black Widow legacy, sure, but she's really struggling with the death of her sister Natasha and her past trauma, often feeling lost and meaningless. I mean, I feel like maybe you can probably relate to that phase when you're just not clear on your purpose. Then there's Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier. His dark past as a brainwashed assassin still haunts him, even as he tries to find his place in society, and, surprisingly, in politics, as a congressman. You've also got Red Guardian, Russia's super soldier counterpart to Captain America. He's totally living in his past glory and, frankly, wants fame and recognition. He even wants to see his own action figures sold. So, now you gotta think about it. What hero doesn't want their own action figure, right? It's kind of relatable, no? Don't forget US agent John Walker. He's totally grappled with public disgrace as Captain America, can bend shields, and struggles with authority, often just trying to prove himself. Ghost, Ava Starr, whose phasing powers are tied to a painful physical instability. But the good news is, she can control her powers a lot better now. And Taskmaster, Antonia Dreykov. She was formerly controlled and weaponized by her father, and her photographic reflexes let her copy any fighting style imaginable. These are all characters who have taken tough paths in the MCU, made mistakes sometimes, or been manipulated by others. Let's be real, they aren't the shiny, famous Avengers the world idolizes. Reviews are saying the film successfully makes these second-strings characters incredibly interesting, really focusing on their scars rather than capes. It's being described as raw and human, a broken, brilliant mess, with a lot of heart and soul, and trust me, this is important for you guys to understand why this team is so unique. It's more than just punching bad guys. This is a team that Yelena herself initially calls losers. Kind of sarcastically, right? Because they have no game plan, and they just can't work together. Even Valentina calls them bad guys, but then she hilariously adds that there are worse guys. Okay, so Valentina sends this team on a mission. On the surface, it seems like a pretty simple task. Maybe retrieving some dangerous tech or neutralizing a specific target. But you know how it is with these anti-heroes. Things are never that simple. I mean, here's the real twist. They quickly realize they've actually been sent into a trap. Recent reports and plot summaries confirm that Valentina's real goal is to eliminate evidence related to her illegal activities and the secretive OXE Group's Project Sentry, which was putting her at risk of legal charges and impeachment. She sends them to a warehouse at a covert OXE facility in Malaysia, where they were meant to kill each other, so all her secrets would be destroyed along with them. maybe in an incinerator room. Like seriously? That's messed up. This betrayal forces these characters, who initially distrust each other completely. This is why we're the Avengers with a Z. Yelena jokes dryly and like, dude, I was literally speechless hearing that line. To work together to survive and escape this deadly setup, using whatever they can, like fire hoses and elevator shafts. This initial conflict and a reluctant alliance are absolutely key to their journey, showing how necessity makes strange bedfellows. The early action sequences, like that intense car chase scene where Bucky joins in using his metal arm, really highlight their individual skills, forced into a messy, unplanned team-up. A central theme of the movie is exploring the characters' trauma and their mental health struggles. And I mean, this is what totally sets Thunderbolts apart from typical superhero movies and gives it a deeper, more human feel. Reviews are praising the movie for its focus on the psychological depth of these characters, calling it raw, human, weird, jagged, angry, messy, and surprisingly tender. Especially Yelena, whose performance is being heavily highlighted for carrying the emotional core. She delivers that perfect blend of fun, action, and emotion, often using brittle humor to cope with her internal struggles. But I have so many. She tearfully tells Alexei about regrets. Yeah, hearing that honestly makes your heart feel a little heavy. Like, you really feel for her. And then there's Louis Pullman's character, Bob. Initially, he's a mysterious figure suffering from amnesia, a test subject found in a secure facility. But Bob is much more than he appears. He is revealed to be Robert Reynolds, known in the comics as Sentry, one of Marvel's most powerful beings. His origin is tied to serum experiments done by the OXE Group in Malaysia, a front for the Sentry program designed to create a superhuman, powerful enough to replace the Avengers. Bob struggled with drug addiction, meth addiction is mentioned in reviews, and went through a traumatic childhood, seeing his abusive father kill his mother. The serum exacerbated his underlying mental health issues like severe depressive episodes and delusions of grandeur, leading to two distinct personas, the moral sentry and the destructive, shadowy alter ego known as the Void. The movie uses the concept of the Void, basically a metaphysical space of trauma and memory, to visually represent Bob's inner turmoil and the darkness that threatens to consume him and turn everything into shadows. Void abilities include matter manipulation, regeneration, immortality, literally cannot truly die, superhuman strength, biological manipulation, and he can turn people into shadows, trapping them in a maze-like reality made of his victims' worst memories. I mean, now this is something most people don't know, but when I found out, I was literally amazed. This dude is seriously powerful. Sentry initially develops a godlike complex, believing he is superior to the Avengers. He's invincible, all-powerful, stronger than all of the Avengers rolled into one, Valentina says. Despite their difficult pasts and the treacherous situation they're in, being forced to work together against a common threat, including the Void's destructive power with the ability to turn people into shadows and engulf the city in darkness, creates an unlikely bond among the Thunderbolts. They start off as individuals who can barely tolerate each other and blame one another. We can't do this. No one here is a hero, Yelena says initially, but through shared moments of danger, vulnerability, and even humor, Red Guardian provides some much-needed comedic relief, like talking about his toys and wanting to be on a Wheaties box. Oh man, honestly, David Harbour totally steals the show sometimes. They start forming a cohesive unit. The complex father-daughter relationship between Yelena and Red Guardian is also a heartwarming part of this team dynamic. I love you, Yelena, Alexei says, and Yelena's connection with Bob, based on shared trauma and feeling like outsiders, is the emotional centerpiece of the film. I mean, have you ever felt that way, instantly connecting with someone? It's like you just click. They might not be heroes in the traditional sense, and they themselves struggle with that idea. No, that's just a fairy tale, Yelena says about being a hero like Natasha, but they start protecting innocent lives and relying on each other, like we see in the climax, saving the city from the Void's destruction. This transformation from a group of losers to a functional team is a core part of their narrative, and that's what makes their eventual evolution so impactful. Reviews point out that the movie doesn't shy away from showing the characters' scars and struggles, making them relatable. In the climax, the team faces the full power of the Void, which is basically Sentry losing control. It's a massive threat that tests the limits of their abilities and their newfound trust. In a deeply emotional turn, It's the team's support for Bob, especially Yelena, who enters the Void's realm to connect with his trauma and find him, embracing him despite his darkness. Don't listen to him. You're not alone. Yeah, hearing that honestly gives you goosebumps. Like, that's powerful. That's what helps him confront the Void and helps the team defeat it. The other team members also enter the Void realm, showing solidarity. It's a powerful message about connection and not being alone in your struggles, and this scene really is a breakout performance for Lewis Pullman as Bob. After the dust settles, the real twist is revealed. Valentina, ever the manipulator, spins the narrative to save herself from impeachment and legal charges. In front of the media, she presents the Thunderbolts not as her disposable assets, but as a new force for good. I present to you the new Avengers, and the ultimate reveal? They are standing at the iconic Avengers Tower, which we now know Valentina Allegra de Fontaine bought from Tony Stark, and its name has been officially changed to Watchtower, likely to monitor or contain Sentry's powers. It's got these new, darker additions and gold windows matching Sentry's colors, and then comes the title card, Thunderbolts. But the asterisk is explained. This team is introduced to the world as the new Avengers. Yes, you heard that right. The losers are stepping into the biggest shoes in the MCU, presented as Earth's new protectors, despite their reservations. We own you now, Yelena tells Val. Epic last line, right? This reveal changes everything. Thunderbolts isn't just a standalone story, it's a direct setup for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With the original Avengers team largely gone or inactive, there's definitely a void in the global superhero landscape. Introducing this team with incredibly powerful members like Sentry and skilled operatives like Yelena and Bucky positions them to fill that gap. This new Avengers scene at the Watchtower totally reminds you of the Avengers Tower scene from Age of Ultron, just with new heroes. Recent reports confirm that many of the Thunderbolts cast members are expected to appear in the upcoming major crossover films, Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. The movie's exploration of complex characters and high stakes, along with the introduction of a powerhouse like Sentry, directly ties into the multiverse saga's escalating threats, potentially with Doctor Doom as the new major antagonist. The positive reviews, including an 88% critic score and a remarkable 95% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, suggest that fans and critics are really responding well to this new direction and these characters. Worldwide, the film has grossed around $11.6 million in its opening days. While early box office numbers might be starting slow in some regions, competing with films like Sinners and a Minecraft movie, the strong reviews and positive word of mouth could help its theatrical run, and the film's significance for the MCU's future just makes it a must-watch. The mid-credits scene, just so you know, features Red Guardian at a grocery store, totally stoked about seeing his face on a Wheaties box. Kind of a funny gag. And the post-credits scene, set 14 months later at the Watchtower, where the new Avengers are discussing a space crisis, and Bucky mentions the name issue with Captain America's Sam Wilson, sets up the future even further. The ultimate tease is the Fantastic Four's ship with the Four logo entering Earth's orbit, accompanied by Michael Giacchino's score directly connecting to the Fantastic Four, First Steps, and Avengers Doomsday, as the scene was actually filmed on its set. Oh man, guys, think about it. The Fantastic Four are here too. You know what I mean? Like, it's all happening. So the Thunderbolts movie gives us a team of broken individuals who find strength in each other and get thrust into the spotlight as the potential new Avengers. It's a film about facing your past, finding connection, and maybe, just maybe, earning a shot at redemption and heroism, proving that even the most flawed characters can rise to the occasion and are needed in a world without the original Avengers. I mean, I know you're thinking the same thing. What's gonna happen next? This is wild. What do you think about the Thunderbolts becoming the new Avengers? Are you excited to see this team lead the charge in the next Avengers films? Perhaps even against Doctor Doom? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Marvel's latest movie and its shocking ending, please give this video a like. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more breakdowns and theories from the world of movies and entertainment.